Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vira and today I wanna talk to you about all of my whips, everything what I'm knitting on right now, and I even have one acquisition. I just like an hour ago bought one ball of yarn which I want to show you and tell you my plans for this yarn. But first let me start with just telling you what I'm wearing. This is this beautiful, oversized, all over cable drift jacket by Rose Knitwear. I really like this cardigan or jacket. It's very chunky, oversized, like I said. It was knitted with Drops Andes, which is very like bulky yarn. All over cables, and the cables are so pretty. They are so geometric. I really like this unusual design of the cable. It's buttoned all the way. I really like to wear it this way with just one button undone on top. And it's knitted with panels, two front panels, one back panel, two sleeves, like panels for the sleeves, and then all sewn together afterwards. Can't wait for spring to wear it again, because right now it's not really its time. It's too bulky to go under any of my coats, so I usually wear it, as the name suggests, as a jacket in spring or autumn. So let's start with my first work in progress, which is halfway there, and this is the mitten. It's a pattern by Lewinsky, Kyoto Mittens. So let me tell you about this mitten. First of all, I had the leftover yarn from my porcelain sweater, which I didn't know what to do with, so I decided to knit myself some nice color work mitten, and I really fell in love with the design of a mitten. It's so pretty, really nice. Look at the back of the mitten, the front. Really nice design, inspired by Japan. And I had just enough yarn to work on these mittens. But when I started working on the mitten, somewhere in the middle, when I was somewhere here, maybe, I realized that it's just too big for me. As you can see, it's I think my size would be somewhere here, end up somewhere here, and also the thumb is also like way too big for me, and even like the width of the mitten is also quite large for me. So I didn't want to unravel everything, and I showed it to my husband, and he said that he likes it, so now it's his mitten. But I didn't finish, or I didn't start the second mitten yet. I still have this amount of leftover yarns for the second mitten, but I'm afraid that I won't have enough yarn. Usually I never have like a second sock syndrome, second sleeve syndrome. I cast those things right away. I apparently have second mitten syndrome because I'm thinking that I will run out of blue yarn before I will finish the second mitten, and I don't want to buy a second ball because that was a leftover yarn. I used it specifically to get rid of the yarn, and if I will buy it, I won't use the whole ball, obviously, for the mitten, so I will still have leftover yarn. So right now it's just like sitting and waiting for me to find the courage to cast on this mitten, and if I will run out of yarn, which I probably will, I will just buy another ball. It's not a problem. But I made one change. So the pattern suggested to have also color work for the rib. So it's a 2x2 rib, and it's supposed to have one like a row, not row, but one line between each rib with the white color. I excluded that because when I was planning to knit this mitten, I was planning to knit for myself, and that was too wide. So I did try it I knitted the whole rib this way with like 2 colors. It was too wide, I unraveled it and I just replaced it with just standard 2x2 rib, which works good for me. But then the rest of the mitten is just too big. So my gauge is also off, and I didn't, of course, knitted any swatches for the mitten because like the whole swatch will be like half of the mitten, so I didn't see a point. I see the point now, but it's too late already. And well, my husband will have a pretty mittens when I will finish the second one. And probably I will need at some point a mitten for myself. I just don't know how to adjust the pattern to make it fit me. I think the length is not a problem because I will just exclude this much, like one pattern repeat basically from the mitten. I just don't know what to do about the width of the mitten because I really like my mittens and gloves to be like very snug and hug my hand a lot. And this is not doing that for me. I can't go down the needle size. Well, I can, but I don't want to because it's already knitted on 2.25 millimeter needles, and it's the first time I'm working on the small needles. So I don't want to go even lower than that. So my gauges probably will stay this way. I don't know, I'll check when I will knit the second needle how my gauge changed, if it's going to change. Maybe it will, but I don't think so. So yeah, final look of the beautiful Kyoto mitten. And now let's move on to the second work in progress, which is not done at all, not even close to done. This is what I have, that's all. And this is the beginnings of my Balaclava number 2 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. If you've seen my video where I showed you everything I knit in 2023, you probably heard the story, like my story with the Balaclava number 2 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And I had it at one point, I unraveled it because it didn't fit quite right, the fit was not what I wanted, and I tried to knit that Balaclava for like 3 times already, and this is my 4th attempt of knitting this Balaclava. Hopefully this time it's going to be the last time because I don't think I will be able to do it one more time. So I'm just giving it one last chance. So right now it's the top part, the top panel, which will go here, and I think it's wide enough, so it's covering like good portion of my head. And also it's like a first row, or well, not the first row, but beginnings, and usually beginning of knitting is a bit narrower than later on, so I think it's going to grow. And I'm using for this pattern this yarn. It looks like it drops air, but it's not. It's knitted alpaca cloud from Create with Adlibris. Adlibris, it's a local yarn a bookstore in Sweden. They carry their own yarn brand, this Create. And I think it's kind of a dupe for Drops Alpaca, just slightly thinner, because I think Drops Alpaca is thicker than this one. So yeah, and it's in this rosy, beigey color, not really saturated, and this is actually a leftover yarn from the sweater that I knitted like a year ago for my husband, one of the first sweaters that I ever made. And it's actually quite a lot of leftovers because I didn't know how to count how much yarn I need. So yeah, I was wondering what I should do with this yarn, so now hopefully it will become my Balaclava number 2. And now I will show you my biggest whip, what I'm working on right now. Usually I have one big, like a sweater whip on my needles, and then everything else is either accessories, like socks, balaclavas, and like small things. I rarely have like 2 sweaters on my needles at once because I'm pretty monogamous knitter, so I don't like to switch a lot between projects, and if I even have like 2 sweaters at once, I focus on one sweater, try to get it done, and then finish the second sweater. We'll see how it changes with the YouTube, because I know from experience YouTube can be very motivating to knit more and engage more and create more content. So that's going to be interesting experience. But yeah, let me show you my whip, and here it is. Look at this color, it's so pretty. This is another my favorite things knitwear pattern, which is sweater number 15, I believe. Oh, I just love this color. I don't think it's so bright in real life as it is on camera. I think on camera it's like really saturated. In real life it's a bit more muted, a bit more like dark, more like a blood red. Okay, and this is the sweater number 15, like I said. I knitted with 2 strands. One is the thin silk mohair from Garn, and another one thin Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Both in the color dark red, I think. It's a top-down sweater, drop shoulders, all over cables. I really like these cables, all of the cable patterns from my favorite things knitwear with this type of cables. I already have camisole number 8, I think. Like a summer version of this sweater, basically. I am trying to knit this balaclava number 2, which is also all over cable balaclava, and right now it's time for this sweater. I like how it's going, I like how it's turning out. I was a bit afraid that I will be too bored with cables, because there is not really anything engaging except for like one row, 1 in 10 rows where you do the cable, because I really usually enjoy more like engaging knits when you need to follow a chart and be more involved in the process. But it's going well. So I already split it the opposite. Connected in the round, working on the body. I already did 3 repeats of cables in the body, and right now it's looking good. I didn't do any swatches for this one. I thought that my back is going to be the swatch. And usually, if I am confident in the pattern, I don't do swatch. Although it's not the best idea, but sometimes I'm just lazy. And right now, looking at it, I think it's fine. So I really like oversized fit of my sweaters, and this one is already wider than my shoulders, because the worst thing can happen, it's going to be small. If it's going to be big, it's not a problem for me, so I like oversized. And it's already quite good. So because the cables right now are very tight, so they will relax after blocking. Yeah. And there is just one thing that I really like about this sweater. It's this detail on the back of the shoulder. There's just one cable that goes across from the neck to the side of the shoulder and down to the arm, and it's all knitted in one piece and then picked up stitches for the front. But it looks like it's just all of the cables just going out from this main cable, and I really like this look. how the shoulders look from the back. I think it's really nice touch. And it's a shame that Camisole number 8, the summer version, don't have this detail, because I really like it, and I think it adds like this, like tiny details which make all of the difference. Now I think I can move on to my last whip, and this is just like beginnings of a swatch. So this time I am working on a swatch for Hanstholm sweater by Petit Knit for my husband. He wanted to have like a thinner sweater, so not bulky. He wants to wear his sweater on top of the shirt, so the color will be visible. Because all of the sweaters that I knit him before that had like a higher neck and bulkier weight. So I'm working the swatch in the Peer Gynt from Samizgarn yarn in the color Ash Melange. That's leftover yarn from my storm sweater. It's actually pretty big leftover, I think. Petit Knit just overestimates the yarn amount for their patterns, but I guess it's better to have more than less, I think. I don't know. But as you can see, it's very noodly right now, because I knitted my Balaclava number 8 with this yarn, and I had it for like maybe a month, and then I didn't like the fit, like I said before. I unraveled it. I usually don't wash my yarn. I don't have time for it or motivation, so right now it's very noodly, and that's why the swatch is a bit crooked, but I already measured the stitch amount, and it works really good. And I'm working it on 4mm needles, which are too small, I think, for my liking, but what can I do? I need to knit a thinner sweater. Okay, so not really much to show yet on this one. So that was all of my works in progress, which I currently have on my needles, and like I said, I have just one small acquisition, and this is a ball of Let Loopy yarn from Istex in this gray color. The color number is I think 0057. There is two numbers. I think the second one is a number of a die lot. So yeah, 0057. I am a bit obsessed with this yarn. I don't know why. I have close to my work. I have a bookshop, in which you can buy this yarn, and they have these huge baskets just filled with different shades of the Let Loopy. And every time I go to the store, I just stand for like 10 minutes and just touch all of the yarns, look at the colors, and it's not really soft yarn, but I really like it. I really like to touch it. It's very rustic. It's actually the most rustic yarn that I had, and I have the Peer Gynt right now here, and I think it's like 50% more rustic than Peer Gynt. And I have a storm sweater from Peer Gynt, and when I first bought the Peer Gynt, I thought it's going to be rustic, I wouldn't be able to wear it, but actually quite the opposite. I really like the feel of the sweater on my body, so I thought why not to give it a try, and just do something with the Let Loopy. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I just bought this ball because I want to do a couple of swatches. I have something in mind for this yarn, and if I will like it, I will probably knit a lot more from it, because I really like all of the colors that they have. They have a really nice all kinds of shades of different greens, blues, grays. So this is my experimentation bowl, and maybe next time you will see a couple of swatches made from this yarn, and then I will report you back. So if you if you ever knitted with the Let Loopy, let me know how is it, how does it feel on the body? Do you wear it? Can you wear it? Or maybe it's too rustic for you, because I'm really interested. I'm really curious how I will react to that. Right now, it's kind of alright. It's a bit prickly, but I will never wear it just next to my skin. I always have some kind of like a t-shirt or long sleeve underneath my sweaters. So I think I will. I'm going to be fine with this yarn. I'm just really curious, and now I'm so excited to just cast on the swatch. And that was it. Everything I wanted to show you today, everything what I'm working on right now. So let me know what you're knitting, if you knitted. Usually when I'm watching YouTube, I'm working on something. So if you also do that, let me know what you're working on, because I'm really curious to know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Take care and bye bye.